brains. I'm a vegan and that's it. Hey, everybody. Welcome. It is Monday night. Welcome to MCU Mondays. We're so glad you joined us right here. I am your host, David. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
Doing well.
Debbie's here because it's Monday. And has it been a Monday, Debbie? Is that what this is?
I've been home all day, so I've just been a slug on the rug or on the couch.
Lucky. How'd you pull that off?
Took a PTO day because we have tomorrow off too. So
Taking
a 4-day weekend.
Off.
Election day. I work for the government.
Good Lord. You know, my kids have off tomorrow too. They don't have to go to school. And that was because a lot of our polling places are in schools, and people don't want strange people walking in and out of the school with the kids there. So they just opted to close all the schools for the day.
Plus, there's some people can get very nasty at poll places.
Yeah.
Really?
You know, honestly,
yes.
I worked at a polling location in 2016, the year Trump was elected, and that was a big one too because that was Trump and Hillary, and we really didn't have a whole lot of people come and vote, and that's mainly because most of our people did the early
mail-in.
No, early.
Oh, okay.
This was prior to COVID. This was 2016. This was 4 years before COVID even happened.
Well, my daughter and her husband went and did early voting. I think it was either last week or the week before. They stood in line for 2 hours.
I did mine. I did mine Saturday before, not this past Saturday, but the Saturday prior to that. I walked in, voted, and walked out. I was
about to say I did my early voting 2 weeks ago, and yeah, I walked in. There were just a few people, and I was in and out less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was. We
got my little I voted sticker. You know,
there wasn't anybody in there when I was voting, and in fact, all the little old ladies who were running the voting thing were just enamored. I brought Samuel with me, and so I told him, I said, you have got to be quiet in here. This is very serious, and you need to just don't say anything. Just keep your mouth shut and be quiet this whole time. And they were in there just yakking at him, and he was just. And I said, you can talk to these ladies. If they're talking to you, you can talk to them. Oh, my goodness. I was like, you can talk to them. There wasn't anybody else in there. So I was like, you just go play with the old ladies, and I'll let me vote, and we'll be out of here. So anyway, my voting story. Also with us tonight is Andrew. Andrew, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good. Trying to get through this rain. See if it doesn't mess up my connection.
We're under severe thunderstorm watch or tornado watch, or I don't know. We're under some kind of watch, I'm sure, because it's been nasty all day today. So if I fall out or if Andrew falls out, it's probably weather related. And then Debbie will just have to finish the show by herself. Debbie's like,
she'd be like, and we're done.
I can't shut it off because you're the one that controls it.
I know. I'm the one running things. I know.
Just be me staring at people.
You'd be like, yeah.
Or Debbie will leave and it's just the Agatha background.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Seal Maiden says she went to a polling location that is in a small suburb, and we had a 30-minute wait. I went to a polling location in a fire station that was like way out and had no problems. It was easy. Like I said, we walked in, walked out. So anyway, we actually spent more time driving to the polling location than actually being at the polling location. How about that? That we were in the area. Anyway, so tonight we got the season finale.
For sure season. We don't know series yet.
We don't know series yet. But as well as this one has been doing,
I could see it being picked up the way they left it.
I don't think. Well, but usually you look at a show and say, "Yeah, that was okay," but it's not going to get a second season. But this one, I mean, everybody is ranting about this one, and I mean,
Mhm.
even okay,
WKRP. I've
yeah.
seen that video today. That was good.
Um, but this one, I mean, I think even Rotten Tomatoes, both the critics and the audience scores are like way up on this particular series. So this one has been well received, which I don't
Well, I
know.
saw a report that said that the viewership went up each week,
Yeah,
which is rare for a Disney Plus show of late. Usually
yeah,
the viewership just goes, like with
Yeah,
Agatha, it just went down,
the
you know.
finale was like 4.95 million.
Yeah. It was a 50% increase over episode 7. So word of mouth got around, people were I've seen only positive stuff about it online, at
yeah.
least in my circle.
Yeah, I've
Mhm.
seen pretty much positive stuff. I don't know. I think people were confused by episode 9.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
the last
But
one.
yeah.
I
No, the
was
last one
confused
made it
at the
all make
start.
sense.
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, there was one issue I had with it, but we'll get into that, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
I get that, yeah.
But I'm looking at it too, and I'm looking at this saying, okay, for those of you out there that are saying, "Oh well, a female-led thing won't work," or they don't watch it because it's female-led. They don't watch it because it's a female lead or a female-led thing can't work. This is your proof that it does. It has nothing to do with the lead. It has nothing to do with the character. It has everything to do with a engrossing story, something that will keep you not only an engrossing story, but an actor or actress that will bring that character, that will make you care about that character. This has nothing to do with, oh well, she was just a girl, so we're not going to watch it, or um I know a big part of it was, oh well, and this threw me before the show even started. I was kind of ticking off. Oh, this is the gayest thing Marvel's ever made. I'm like, who cares? Who cares? I
Mhm.
don't. You're tossing me on that. Just give me a good story. I don't care if it's the gayest thing Marvel's ever made.
Well, I know, and this is before any episodes dropped, but some of your naysayers, they were like, who asked for this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. A lot. Luke
Oh,
said the
most
same
it was
thing.
like it was
Luke
like
said the
with
same
Echo.
thing, and Luke was, Luke has always been very much. I'll watch it when I get a minute. I'll watch the next episode when I get a minute. But he watched the first couple with this one, and then on Wednesday nights he was home so he could watch when it dropped.
I mean, there's a
So
lot of shows
Luke,
we don't ask for, and maybe they flop and maybe they turn out great. I mean,
Yeah.
there was a couple episodes Luke saw before I saw it. So he was like, "Oh, did you see it yet?" I'm like, "No, I haven't. Just hold on, I haven't watched it yet." Yeah, you will, and this is just proof that sometimes, some it works. It works. It doesn't matter.
yeah, and it was not superhero related
No,
either.
No. Yeah, it was
well,
kind of like
I mean,
She-Hulk, in that
it
sense.
it it was superhero related because it came from Marvel, but not in a
It was more
traditional.
supernatural,
Right, right,
True. Yeah.
and I
which I'm
think.
hoping down the line leads to Ghost Rider. I've been
Oh
begging for that for years.
man, I got to go off on a little tangent here real quick since you brought it up. I have a Ghost Rider minifigure. I don't know where I got it from. I got it I bought a bulk set and he was just in there. So I have a minifigure. And this weekend I was building Legos and I built a bike for him. So now I've got the Ghost Rider minifigure with a really cool looking bike. It's really awesome. I was so excited. I was like, yes, I've got Ghost Rider on a bike now. So, but yeah, It turned out to be a decent offer. I'm kind of curious as to what Chris would have had to say about all of it, because he was always kind of, oh well, it was good except for this, and it was good except for this. I wonder what his thoughts on it were. I have to talk to him. This also begs the question: does the popularity of Agatha support the theories that fans have superhero fatigue?
My thing with the whole superhero fatigue thing is it was never superhero fatigue. It was a quantity and quality fatigue of we're getting so much content and it's average at best. I don't have to watch this. It's no longer I have to watch it to understand the next thing.
Well, and it was one on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other. It was like almost like you had a week off, but in that week off, you had a movie that dropped there too. So you had to go see the
and
movie
if you're also a Star Wars fan, it was like when the Star Wars show ended, Marvel picked up like a week later, or sometimes like with Ahsoka and Loki season 2, Ahsoka ended on a Tuesday, Loki picked up on Thursday. You had one day off, so.
You're not big. What?
No, she's not into superheroes. She did like WandaVision, though, I believe.
Debbie?
See, you don't say that when your mom's on air.
Yeah.
Wait.
on a show about Marvel.
On Marvel. Save it for Thursday.
We're more.
You're a Star Wars family.
Well, she likes Star Wars. I don't think she's as big of a nerd as I am.
Oh my gosh.
Supernatural, Lord of the Rings, stuff like that.
Fantasy.
Got me there.
I got you. All right.
Her and her husband are big into that.
Well, but see, and so Wanda, not WandaVision necessarily, but this one, Agatha, fits right into that cluster. Catherine Hahn and Aubrey Plaza were the only reason I watched, but they didn't disappoint
because they were on Parks and Rec, and she loves that.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I like that.
Which I've only seen bits and pieces of Parks and Rec. I've seen episodes with Chris Pratt, and that's about it.
I was gonna say, Stephanie, Chris Pratt was also in Parks and Rec, which means that you need to automatically, by that logic, like Guardians of the Galaxy and the Infinity War and Endgame, because he was in those as well. Just saying.
And the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Oh, and Thor: Love and Thunder. Because they were
first.
You don't have to like that one. I'm sorry.
I love the first 15 minutes of Love and Thunder, and then I don't like the last however many minutes.
I've been trying to get her to watch Guardians, at least a trilogy, because of the music and because
it shouldn't be that hard to convince one to. You just say Guardians, and they say sure.
It's Stephanie. Listen to your mother on this one. Go watch.
Show her the opening scene of Guardians. That should be enough.
Yeah, no, not the opening scene. You got to watch the credits.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
the dance off or the
sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah, the credits. Yeah,
because the opening scene is him getting kidnapped. So
that's right. Sorry. Second scene. All right.
Second scene.
First scene with Chris Pratt. There we go.
There you go. Yeah. So. Yeah, go watch it. And
you did watch the first one?
Huh?
I didn't know that. She said she watched the first one.
Okay.
So evidently she didn't like it enough to watch the second and third one.
That makes no sense.
Debbie, have you been raising your child right?
Hey, by this point, they're out on their own. I have no control.
But you know, you could have raised them to be like, only watch the first movie in a trilogy. Don't watch the other two. So it doesn't matter.
Lordy. So anyway, yes, Agatha did not fail to disappoint. Before we get into this two-part season finale, which made Debbie happy because each episode was like 45 minutes long. We want to look. They had they dropped a
slate for next
micro trailer slate
yeah
of upcoming Marvel shows. We're gonna watch the the trailer for this. If you haven't seen it, this was dropped
like Thursday or Friday, one of those.
Yeah,
something like that.
So we're gonna
because they
watch
do the
this.
Deadpool like they put it like as Deadpool Wolverine in the TVA. It's so funny.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's look at this.
It's gonna get good.
It's been some time, hasn't it? You've come up in the world.
Punisher, did you catch him?
I wonder if your darker half would agree.
Bullseye.
What kind of a lawyer are you? A really good one.
Miss me.
Oh!
I want to build something undeniable.
Anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
Up for an adventure?
The battle they will sing about for ages.
You can slate whenever you're ready.
Simon Williams, reading for Wonder Man. I was born to play this character. And we both have a lot riding on this. You better not mess this up. I know.
I am ready.
Let's give the people what they came for.
Let's go. Let's go. We have a long road ahead of us. Much to do.
Oh my God!
So that is that.
A
I'm gonna
lot to tackle there.
lot to tackle there. We've got Deadpool
And Wolverine. You mean Daredevil Born Again?
Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah.
Yes, and Deadpool. Got it on my mind. What can I say? Daredevil Born Again. We knew Fisk was going to be back. We knew Daredevil obviously was going to be back. I think had we confirmed one way or the other whether Punisher was going to be back?
I believe, yeah.
Okay.
Well, and we
Yeah.
know Fisk is running for mayor because they released an image of like his campaign.
Well, I think they dropped that in. They alluded to that in Echo
Echo
at the end of Echo.
Yeah.
So I think that was part of the him
That's right.
leaving.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's
So-
headed to New York on the plane at the end. Yeah.
Yep. So let's see.
Well, just from the animation side, we got the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and it looks like he's killing a kid. You know,
That one is going to be so. From what I understand, that one is non.
MCU.
MCU, right? That one's just going to kind of be a thing on its own. And honestly, I don't think he was killing the kid. I think he was hitting him in
No.
the head with a brick.
Yeah.
But I honestly looked at that and I was like, well, that's something Samuel's going to enjoy. That's, to me, that looks like a
Mhm.
Saturday morning cartoon show that the kids will want to watch. And mom and dad will be like, yeah, go ahead because it's Spider-Man, but I don't really care to watch it. So we might do a show just on, hey, it's on. Did you watch it? Yep. All right. What'd you think? All right. Well, that's good. Let's go. We're doing something else now.
On to Madam Web.
Yeah. We might talk about it just in passing.
Like a segment of a show, not a whole show.
Not a whole show. No.
Yeah.
Because it also might turn into a Star Wars Resistance to where we get like one episode in and we're like, this is just bad. I can't watch this anymore. This is horrible. But
Oh, well, speaking of Spider-Man, I did see the voice actor who voiced Norman Osborn in Spectacular Spider-Man passed away.
we did.
Yeah. I'm blanking on his name at the moment, but he was good. He was good as Osborn, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else is animation? We've got
Marvel Zombies.
We got Marvel Zombies, which
is a What If spinoff. It's kind of like okay.
Yeah, we've got Captain Britain season 3. I mean, What If season 3?
Eyes of Wakanda.
The Eyes of Wakanda, which is now that one takes place before,
Wakanda.
Actually, I think before even the Black Panther movie.
Yeah, I think because I know it's a 4-part series.
I think it
I
has
can
to-
pull it up here.
I think it has to
put
do with some of the
details.
backstories of some of the
Here, let's see.
the different Wakandans. So
yeah, I had some of the details here.
or maybe it takes place in between Black Panther and
I think some of it takes place before, like some of its origin, and then some of it's that's just a logo. I don't remember. We'll find out closer to. I think that's it animation wise. Oh,
Marvel Zombies also has a board game tie-in with Zombicide.
I did not know that. That's cool.
Well,
We'll play it. We'll become board game reviewers for an episode.
It's interesting. Let's see. What else was there?
Ironheart. We got a little
Ironheart.
teaser. 16-second teaser.
I
don't know how to feel about this one.
I'm still on the fence about this
Yeah.
one. I'm like,
I hope it surprises me. I want it to be good. Yeah.
Am I expecting much out of it? No. Will I be pleasantly surprised?
Yeah.
That's yet.
I hope it's good. I don't want it to be bad, but I don't have high hopes at the moment. We also don't. We've only seen this as the first we've seen. Maybe they release a full length trailer when they do, and it's like, hey, this looks really good.
It's and then Wonder Man.
Yeah. I know nothing about this character, so
I had absolutely no idea. And Luke and I both had to look it up. Kitty, stop being ugly. So this is like an actor who's playing a character called Wonder Man, and I guess he ends up getting his powers, or he has his powers, and he's like Wonder Man in real life, but he also plays Wonder Man on TV, or I don't know, something along that lines.
Okay.
It's
because we see him going for an audition for that. Yeah, for that character. I do like the actor who's playing Wonder Man. I have trouble with his name, but he was in Aquaman, and he was good in that. He was the guy that's trying to kill Aquaman.
Black Manta?
Yes, yeah.
Manta?
Yeah. And he was in the newest Matrix movie, Young Morpheus, and I thought he was pretty good in that role. So
yeah, but that movie was bad.
Oh yeah, the movie was bad, but he was good in it. Yeah.
It was really sad because I didn't think Keanu Reeves could do a bad movie, but there it is. But anyway, so yes, a lot to look forward to on the TV. Actually next Monday, November 11th.
12th
is or is it the 12th for
12th?
Deadpool Wolverine.
I believe the 12th. I think I don't know. I just got it on Blu-ray, so I can watch it however many times I want.
I should probably do that because I have the first two on Blu-ray and I didn't ever sell those, so I should probably do that. Anyway, a lot of good stuff happening, a lot of cool things. But let's get into Agatha, shall we? Agatha All Along, 45 minutes per episode. So we had an hour and a half, give or take, season finale.
I did just remember something I did for these episodes. I need to find it, but I asked people for their predictions on these episodes on Wednesday night.
Oh, let's hold off. Let's hold off because I want to see how many were right, how many were wrong.
Okay, I'll just pull it up real quick so I have it.
Now, I was kind of, I had a real issue with the way this one ended. Not the way it ended, but
I know what you mean. Yeah.
When the first episode finished, And by the way, spoiler alert, we're talking spoilers here. And so if you
Didn't
haven't seen
episode
it,
8 almost feel like that should have been the finale?
that should have been the finale.
Because when I
would've
was
thought.
watching it, I was almost like, if they took the end of 9 and put it with 8, and then took the first part of 9 and made that its own thing, I thought that would have worked.
I think
Yeah.
9 was more of an epilogue.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's a good way of looking at it.
All right. Well, that makes
Actually,
a little
yeah.
that makes
That
it
does
make
make
a little
more
more sense because
Yeah.
I was like, when that first episode ended, I was like, well, where are they going to
Where do
go
we
from
go?
here?
Exactly.
What happens now? I mean, they're at the end of the road. They're all off the road. Agatha's gone.
Yeah.
What do we do from here? You've got another 45-minute episode out of this. How are we pulling this off? So, but I had another issue with the end of that, but we'll get into that. But for starters, let's start at the road. They know who Lady Death is. They know Lady Death is collecting we see Lady Death collecting bodies or collecting people. And then they end up in is it her basement or is it a morgue?
Well, Agatha references it as her basement.
She says it's her basement.
Yeah.
But it looks like a morgue.
It looks like
Yeah.
a morgue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're all in body bags.
Yeah.
So with their personal effects. So it was like,
Mhm.
okay. And then we find out that Agatha is the one that has bound what's her name?
Jen.
The last one.
Jen.
Yeah, the final survivor. And they're at the end of the road. We've got one more trial. What was the deal with the shoes? The shoes.
They're back at the beginning.
They're back at the beginning. The road's a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They missed what seems to be the last trial.
Although it could mean we've come full circle. We're at the end. Just saying. Just saying.
I would be mad if I survived the road and walk and I'm back at the start. And I'm like, we just went through all that and we're back at the beginning. I've died
again,
5 times.
It makes sense because they're back at the beginning. She gets unbound and then she's gone. She got what she wanted from the road and now she's off. Then you've got Billy, and Billy wants to find Tommy. So Agatha kind of walks him through how to find Tommy, that was intense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a boy. Am I killing this boy so that my brother can live? Am I killing this kid so that my brother can live? And I mean, everything that was going on with it, and it was that was emotionally something brutal.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Agatha all by herself, and she makes the one little seed that she had in her
locket.
It's not a locket. It's a
it is.
They call it a brooch. Brooch. Her brooch.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of. The lock of hair and the little seed, and she grows the seed, and then she gets out of the basement and she's back in Westfield. And then the big CGI battle between her and Lady Death begins, and we're reintroduced to a couple of the citizens of Westview, and I honestly expected one of them to say, "All right, that's it. I'm moving.
I'm going to Eastview.
I'm going to Eastview because so much has happened." They had the whole Wanda thing, and then when Agatha was released, and she was, or when she was trying to come out of her thing, everything weird's going on here, and now this is just like, oh my gosh. But she's trying to do her magic. I want my magic. I wanted it. I'm at the end. I made it to the end of the
Where's
road.
my
Where's
prize?
my prize?
Yeah.
And then Wiccan shows back up. Before that, though, she had promised Lady Death, though, that she was going to get him to surrender himself. Because she said one of you has got to go. It's either you or him. Because, and I think you called this one, Debbie. He cheated Death. I think Debbie called that one.
I did, and some other stuff I called.
High-fives.
Oh, by the way, the Death of a Thousand Cuts bit made me think of in Jessica Jones when I can't remember the villain's name, but he possesses Carrie Ann Moss, and she goes to her assistant's someone's house, and she's cutting her up. You know,
Also a Taylor Swift song.
Oh, we got a Swiftie here.
No, I'm not.
I am the anti-Swiftie. So,
cheated
yes.
Death. Wiccan cheated Death.
Wiccan cheated Death. Here comes Wiccan. He's going to save Agatha. He says, "Don't take all of it." He starts blasting her, which, of course, gives her powers back. And then Wiccan shows up, and he's in his full
costume.
I think I heard when Debbie cheered all the way down here in Texas.
I called that one too.
Oh, you did. You did.
What does Debbie know? I think she's secretly a Marvel insider of some kind, like a producer.
No, because we're still waiting on Mephisto. So when Mephisto
but she's playing this role. They're gonna reveal Mephisto soon, but she's gonna make it seem like I don't know what's gonna happen. And then in a year, Debbie would be like, "I think this project will have Mephisto." We're like, really?
She's been calling that for 4 years now. 4 years. Since 2020.
It's gonna pay off.
Eventually,
once we find out
off,
she's an insider. Yeah. She knows.
We'll get Mephisto.
I wish I was getting paid insider compensation.
Yeah. But Wiccan recharges Agatha, and then
what's interesting about this is she's claimed all along she can't control absorbing.
That's true.
Right.
Powers. And she did on this one.
Yeah. Well, so, he called her out several times. You are a liar. You are a liar. You know, so I think he eventually was like, I know you're a liar, and God help me, you better have been lying about that. So I think that talking about Mephisto there, I think that was poked at you. Broken clock's right twice a day. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut. And I think she likes him too much too. I think she's
it's like she said in episode 9. I'm jumping a little ahead here. She tells him, "You remind me of Nicholas." So she has.
And I think that's what I think that's what it is. Is the whole. Mephisto could tie into Ironheart.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he has ties to the villain, and he would know because he's been reading all these comic books, and it's driving me crazy because now he's got all this inside track stuff.
He and Debbie need to get talking, work up some theories for us.
I've just been reading the Wolverine series that's out right now, and it's great. It's amazing. Wolverine Revenge. Magneto died, but before he did, he shot an electromagnetic pulse over the entire Earth, and everybody has no power. So Wolverine is going after the people that did it, and it's like, but it's really weird because it's like Deadpool and Colossus and Shatterstar. Who else? There was somebody else, but he's like killing all of them. I mean, Deadpool's dead. He threw him into a nuclear reactor. And Colossus, he stabbed Colossus in the head. It was great. But yeah, very odd. And then the next issue doesn't come out till freaking December, like the end of December, I think.
Christmas
maybe even
gift. There you go.
January. Yeah, I think it may be even January because it's the final episodes in like February. Make me wait. Anyway, so all of that, and she gets her powers back, and of course she fights Lady Death, and Wiccan steps in basically and says, or she says it's got to be one of the two of you. She puts it all out. One of the two of you is gonna make this, and he was like, "Okay, then I volunteer." And Agatha was pretty much like, "Oh, okay, I told you, I told you I could get you to. I told you I could get him to do it." And he's like, "What? What? This is the part where you're supposed to say, no, take me instead. I've lived a long, full life. Blah 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 blah." Nope. Agatha turns back into Agatha, and glad the fight wasn't a really big CGI fight like in WandaVision.
I don't think it really would have even had the need for that, you know?
It was exactly how it needed to be.
Yeah, that would have been too over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then she gives her the, can I say kiss of death? Is that a good way to put this?
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Took her
literally.
breath away. It took her breath away. I can tell you that.
And there was another Wizard of Oz nod. I don't know if you caught it, but when Agatha dies, when she hits the ground, her feet curled up like the like when the house landed on the Wicked Witch, and her feet curled up in the Wizard of Oz. So there was another tie-in there. And what did she say to Wiccan? Because I couldn't. What did Lady Death say to Wiccan? Because I couldn't understand.
You're free. You can go now, or something like that.
She said something. I don't know what it was. I was trying to figure it out, and
You're
I watched
free
it
to go.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like she's like almost like she's like grieving, or she's like it's just because she kind of says it in a like a.
Well, she had her skull face on, so it was.
Yeah.
But now she'll be after Tommy. And my question is, because in earlier episodes, Billy said something about he could sense Tommy. He just doesn't know where he is. So what the hell's Tommy been doing for 3 years? Just floating around as a spirit?
It could be something similar to what Billy was like, you know, when we get that flashback episode where he's in like the trance of living this life. Like, these are my parents, whatever. Maybe Tommy's in something like that.
But he wasn't, because in the final trial,
she found the body, or he found.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
That's
it's
right.
like, okay, so what's Tommy just floating around for the last 3 years? Because it's been 3 years since WandaVision.
That's true. Yeah.
So I assume we'll get that if there's a season 2, or I don't know if this will pick up in Vision Quest.
Yeah. I like what Avocado pointed out about the Lilia predicted part.
Yeah.
Hit the deck. Yeah.
And then the sink came flying in. That's a pun in case you missed it. She threw everything at her, including the kitchen sink. So, yes, when she says "coward, hit the deck," and that was in last week's episode. So, but yes, Agatha dies, and then Billy goes home and is grieving, but then he starts thinking about things.
And it's interesting how the time works on the road, because his parents say you've only been gone 24 hours when he gets back. So it's almost like an
entire day.
Space kind of thing, or another dimension, you know. Sorry.
No, that's fine. But then he starts kind of putting the pieces together, and he realizes, how do I want to put this? That he made
He is the
road.
creator.
Yeah.
And who predicted that?
Oh,
Let me
yeah.
get 5 points to Debbie.
But
I'm gonna
he
start
made
betting money when Debbie makes a prediction. I need to start betting on it.
Well, you'll probably lose more times than not.
So yeah, he made the road. He did all the trials. He was the one, and he did it without thinking about it because he didn't.
Well,
I mean,
it was what he wished for.
it was what he wanted.
Mhm.
Yes, and at the end of the road, he got what he wanted. He got Agatha to help him find Tommy, but at the cost of the coven, if you will.
Mhm.
So
Because that's what, knowing Agatha's background, which now we know why she was acting so weird
yeah,
throughout this whole thing, because it was a big fat lie to begin with.
Yeah.
As we go into episode 9.
As we move into what a transition. That was a beautiful thing. Starts off with Agatha being pregnant. She gives birth to her son, or right before she gives birth, she sees the Green Witch there, and she's like, "No, please don't take him away from me."
So she's like, "I can only give you time.
I can only give you time."
Yeah.
And my thought was, that she was killing all of these witches because this was kind of like a sacrifice to Lady Death, saying, "Here,
keeping her busy."
Yeah, this is going to keep you. Well, not keeping her busy, but more like, here, since I didn't give you my son, here's some more bodies, and the more I give you, the longer I will have with my son. You said I can give you time, and the more I have, the more I can give you. And she goes to different covens in different places, and she kills the witches, and then they move along. And he's talking to her about use your purple, and she says, I can create illusions, I can conjure things, I can make people do things, but I can't tell you when she's coming for you, and I can't protect you when she comes.
Yeah.
Something along that lines. And but see, this is the side of Agatha, though, that she has something that she cares about, and it's not just power at this point. This is, I made you from scratch. I didn't use magic on you, basically, was what she said. And then she's using him to sing this song about the Witch's Road that he's made.
He created the song.
He created the song. He made up.
I don't know what it is, but I really like this song. Like yeah, that's the same writers from WandaVision for it, but it's a catchy song. I like it.
Yep. I don't know who his father is.
Rio, Lady Death.
How did that work?
We got an acolyte thing going on here. Well, because she made Nicholas. She says, "I made you from scratch."
But Rio is also nature who gives life.
Okay.
True.
So not necessarily magic, but
that just craps all over my theory. Then my theory was that Agatha and Rio had a connection going on over here, but Agatha wanted a child, and so she went and got with some guy so that she could get pregnant, and that pissed Rio off because she cheated on her. She cheated her, basically. All right. I think my story would have been a lot better, and that was why Rio wanted him dead. That's why Rio wanted Nicholas dead, because
No, the kid was already sickly.
so. But
The kid was barely
alive as
surviving.
It was.
Yeah. But she's using him. He's singing the song, spreading the word about the road, and then as they're invited into these covens, she kills the witches of the coven to satisfy Lady Death. Then the one time he says, "No, I can't. I can't get a hot meal from you today. I got to go straight home to my mother." And he tells her, he's like, "You can kill a witch on another night." And that's the night. That's the night she didn't make her sacrifice, basically, and Death was finally able to catch up to him. Now, here's where we run into the problem.
Eventually, you were going to run out of witches to kill.
Eventually, you would.
Yeah.
But here's where I take issue, because you've got her, and she is so much in love with her son. She loves her son very much, and she is willing to kill for her son. Okay. Then Death comes and takes him away anyways, and she's presumably very pissed off at Death at this point. Just to the point of, I hate you. You've taken my son from me. I want nothing more to do with. So why kill more witches to
power?
Keep giving Death busy.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, why the sudden? See, that's what I'm saying though. Is why the sudden crave for power? You've just buried your son, and now all of a sudden it's like you just snapped, and it's like, now I need power. It's like,
why? Maybe to one day defeat Death or something. I don't know. It's kind of like a revenge.
It's odd.
Let's let Professor talk. Let's let the Professor talk. We're gonna let
in an interview,
talk.
Jack Schaefer said, because a lot of people thought that's what she was doing. She was keeping Death busy, making the sacrifices or whatever. But Jack Schaefer, the showrunner, said no, it was always about power. She was never making sacrifices. It was always about power.
And that was the only reason though that I saw her killing the other witches, was to keep Death busy and keep Death away from Nicholas.
I think Death could have just come at any point, really, and been like, "I'm taking your son." I don't know.
And in Death even told her, "I was just doing my job. I know you hate me, but I was just doing my job." Death warned her.
Yeah.
I can only give you time. She didn't say how much. She just said, I can only give you time.
Yeah. And then we get the montage, which was a great montage, because it was the song. Over
what?
I know,
Mr. Montage hater.
I don't like montages, but this one was good. Because
what's with this sudden shift here, David? And
I enjoyed the song, so I enjoyed listening to the song. In fact, I watched the credits all the way through just so I could hear the song. So
that's the key to a good montage. You need a good song.
You need good music. But it was basically her killing witches over the ages, and she basically set up the road as a hoax to kill the witches. Oh, well, you guys just stink, and then they'd blast her, and she would suck up all her power and leave them dead. And
which is what she tried to do in episode 2.
Yeah. Or 1 in the first.
Yeah, whatever episode it was. Yeah.
Because that was what she said, and that's why, and then because it showed that whole first scene again with them summoning the road and everything, and when she sees the road there, and now that look on her face was like, oh my god, it really worked. What happened here? What did we do? Because and now it makes sense as to why. Oh well, of course, that's why it doesn't work. That's why it was. She was shocked about it. And again, Debbie, that's why you called it to where it was. That's why she had no idea what was going on. Because
she was just improvising as she went along.
It didn't exist. It wasn't there.
Yeah,
had
it
never
wasn't.
existed
It didn't
before.
exist until Billy.
And in fact, she even told Billy, I thought that was good. She was like, I was just going to kill them all in the basement. And then you made the road.
He even runs. He's like, if that's the road, I'm taking my chances.
Yeah. So,
here's something interesting I just thought of, because I know Debbie mentioned this last week. 5 of the Salem 7 sisters died, but we didn't get any of the other 2 or anything to do with them after that.
oh, so it wasn't
Like
only
in
5?
episode 8. Yeah. But there's 7. So I thought we would maybe see the other 2 in this one, but oh well.
But then he goes back to the basement. He's trying to banish Agatha. Because, Agatha's a ghost now, by the way, which totally stole that from Star Wars. I'm sorry. I expected Hayden Christensen to pop up behind her at some point. And no,
It's in the comics.
Okay, fine.
The person that reads the least amount of comics from us knows a comic fact more than we do. What is happening? Are we on the road?
We must be on the road. It's Debbie. Debbie created the road for
Do
it.
research, man. Unless I have books.
But
Marvel Encyclopedia.
Okay.
The ghost thing was, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. It is what it is. But
I'm a witch, like my mother before me.
I've learned to commune from the netherworld of the Force. So let's see what happens. She shows up. She tells him basically everything. She lays the whole thing out, and he's going to banish her. He has her brooch. He goes down to the basement, does up the symbol and the candles and everything, and he's trying to banish her, and she knocks the brooch out of his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, don't think of it as you killed 3 people. Think of it as you gave birth to 1, or that you saved 1. And that was
Jen.
yeah, at the end. Now
Jen Kale.
She has some importance too. She's like the mother of somebody, or the girlfriend of somebody that is like important later on.
Well, I know she's a cousin.
Or maybe that's it.
In
She's
the
related.
comics, she's a cousin to Ghost Rider.
Okay. Well, there you go.
All the
In the
more reason
comics.
to have Ghost Rider. See, Debbie's hinting at it. She's like, hey, we're giving you a sample here.
Named after a vegetable, and the worst one too.
Yeah.
It's like eating a doily.
I need to get a vision board, and maybe then my dreams or my
I was going to
hopes
say, you
will
can get a board like
manifest.
Wiccan had, and you tie the string, and okay, this one is related to this one over here, and
And Debbie's son is going to be like, what are you doing, Mom? What is going on? And Debbie's like, Ghost Rider, Ghost Rider, Ghost Rider.
you don't know. No, she'll be like Richard Dreyfuss in Close Encounters. This is important. This means something.
You know what, but it means something.
I need to watch that again. But anyway, so they closed the door to the Witch's Road with the names of the deceased underneath it. When one door closes, another one opens. Now let's go find Tommy.
Yeah,
And
I
I'll
like
take
the
it.
ending. I wouldn't say it hit me maybe the emotional way I was expecting, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I mean, I usually watch the credits anyways, just by chance if there's a post-credit scene or whatever. But I kept thinking there'd be like a title card where it says, "Will return season 2," like they did with Loki. Because I thought, okay, they left that so open to a future thing.
Maybe what they
Or
were
they could have
doing.
said, "Well, return in Vision Quest." I mean,
Yeah.
they could have done
maybe
that.
maybe they were thinking we're gonna leave it open because based on reception. So like if people hated it, they were like, all right, well, we never had plans and people love it, then we'll come up with
Now we
something.
have now we can come up with something.
Yeah. To answer Avocado's question, that was a showrunner decision. I saw something the other day that said they said there would be no post credit. I don't remember the reason though.
And probably just because, like you said, it's like Star Wars. If it
Yeah.
turned out to be a flop, then it could be.
It doesn't. Yeah, they
It
didn't
can
want
be a
to set up
standalone,
anything.
and it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Whereas if it turns out good, then
Yeah.
we can continue on.
Yeah, I think she said she had several possible post-credit scenes, and Marvel told her she couldn't do that. So I don't know if it was, her scenes would leak
Spoil maybe.
something or spoil something. Yeah, so
she doesn't quite
or
have
Marvel
the
being
Deadpool
Marvel.
ability just yet. She's not quite there. All right, there's a limit,
So anyway, great ending, great show. I will say this: back was it last year, I think Lego did their collectible minifigures, the CMF line, and it was all Marvel, but they were all from TV shows. And I happened to draw 3 of this one, which is my Agatha figure.
Oh,
and
nice.
she comes with the
Nice.
Darkhold. So I've only got one of them now because I sold the other 2. But I'm glad I got this.
You have 2 co-hosts, and you didn't think, hey, maybe they would each like one.
No, this was last year, man. You weren't even around.
Hey,
Debbie
my 1-year
was.
anniversary is
Debbie
coming up.
was. Yes, Debbie was.
You know
Pastor.
You know what? It's not a day on the show.
Find one. I will get one. Don't worry. I'll get you guys.
Well, you know what?
Keep your
The
pants
13th
on.
The 13th of November is 1 year since I've done the show, so it's coming up.
So anyway, that was.
I was a viewer, though. I was your viewer. I was always your live viewer, though. All
Okay.
right?
Okay, fine.
I was here.
So I'm excited. I'm hoping that because the show was so popular that little minifigures price will go up, but we'll see.
It's always
always
about the
hope.
money.
No, not really. It's never about money for me with the minifigures. For me, it's about just being able to say, hey, this is worth this much. And I've got one.
I feel that. Yeah.
Anyway. Debbie, did we miss anything? Anything special you wanted to talk about?
I don't think so.
Cool. All right. Shameless plugs. Do we have any? Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Before we do shameless plugs, Andrew, what were our predictions?
So I had tweeted before the episodes aired asking for people's predictions, and we did get a response from, let's see here, at Darth Robbie 1 over on X, who says they will reveal that Wanda is alive. We will find out what happened to Tommy.
Missed on both.
Which, when I saw that reply, I was like, man, I kind of wish that had happened. But
I mean, we kind of find out what happened to Tommy. We know they found a body
somewhere.
for him.
Yeah.
He's somewhere.
Yeah.
So he's not a spirit.
He's floating around somewhere.
He's
like
in a body.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're good there. That's something. Anything else?
Nope, that was it.
That was the only one? All right.
Yeah. I kind of forgotten about that, so I tweeted it like an hour before the show.
Oh, okay.
So that's why, yeah.
All right. Shameless plugs. What are we at tonight, Debbie?
Tomorrow night on election night over on the Sith Dominion, they are doing who would you vote for Star Wars edition? Like Vader. Darth Vader and Palpatine, or Malgus and Revan, I believe it is. So they got that going on over there. Wednesday, we'll have an episode of War of the Stars dropping. Thursday, we'll be back. for Cantina Happy Hour. We are discussing the new documentary that just dropped on Disney Plus for John
It was
Williams,
yes,
because we all love John Williams. And thank God they
God
did
help-
it before he passed away. I hate it when they wait to
I
do
know.
shit like that.
Have you watched it yet, Debbie? Have you watched the
Yeah, I have.
documentary? Oh God, there
Yeah.
was
No
so
spoilers.
many times I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. I'm here. I am this big hulking man of a man.
I
and I'm
smiled.
just
I
like,
cried.
I haven't watched it yet.
I got pissed
Oh.
off at one thing, but because they left out one thing
Oh,
that I was hoping they would talk about, but
we'll
we'll
talk
talk
about
about
Use
that.
your
Thursday.
insider power and make him put it in. Come on.
That's only with
Good.
Marvel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Andrew, when you
make
do-
something up.
when you do sit down and watch it, make sure you're gonna want the tissues close at hand because it's an
very
emotional
good.
roller coaster. It's really
Well, now I'm glad
really good.
they released it before he died, because if he was dead, it would
Oh
even
my
be
God!
more emotional.
If he was dead when they made that and they made it then,
You would still be crying.
I would have had to taken a day off of work because I would have been like, I'm just too emotionally distressed today. I cannot do it. Oh, so good. I can't wait to talk about that. Anyway, Thursday. What else?
And then Saturday is Geek Gauntlet. Friday I'll be on
Federation Friday.
Federation Friday.
thank you. Man, my mind just went blank.
I was like, you're going backwards. What's going on?
Federation Friday over on the Geek and I podcast. We'll be talking about the episode Shore Leave from the original series.
A classic.
And then
You don't
even
know.
Then Saturday is the Geek Gauntlet, and they cover everything.
Very cool. Next Monday, we will not be having MCU Mondays. Next Monday is Veterans Day. And me being a veteran, I am going out to go enjoy my free meal somewhere. I don't know where. But I'm gonna go get me a free dinner. It's the one day a year I can get a free dinner and not feel bad about it. So yes, Veterans Day is next Monday. We will not be having, but we will be having Cantina Happy Hour on Thursday. I'm excited for this episode. Just because, yeah, like you said, the documentary was amazing. Andrew, do you have anything?
Sure, I'll plug this. I released a Dune Prophecy short a couple days ago for the new series. So that's out on the channel if you want to check it out. It's
on
short, sweet,
It's on TikTok and YouTube, and
it's up now on Facebook and Instagram as well. Yeah.
It's on all the socials.
Yeah.
Speaking of the socials, don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there. Hit that little bell icon for notifications so you know when we do go live. We will see all of you next week right here. No, I'm sorry. Week after next, right here on MCU Mondays. We'll see y'all all then. Y'all have a great week.
Shit! Language. No one else is going to deal with the fact that Cap just said language. I know. For gosh sake, watch your language. That's not going away anytime soon. You bet your ass.
Steve, he said a bad language word.
Did you tell everyone?
Outwit the platinum bastard.
Steve doesn't like that kind of talk.
You know what, Romanoff? Fury, you son of a bitch.
Ooh, you kiss your mother with that mouth?